your physical and mental health, but it's also looking at different thought. Oh, blah, blah. Another episode where I mess up my words. Yes,
Welcome back to ABCs of Outing. Adult. Oh.
I don't. You want me to do this? Hi guys, welcome back to episode 4 of ABCs of Adulting. Today we're going to talk about
self-care. I'm looking at the wrong camera. There's too many cameras.
As you guys know, the new national lockdown, we kind of had to redo our episode ideas. So we are filming from, I'm filming from my bedroom and Jawad is filming from the office. And it's super weird, it's super strange, and we're just playing around with technology at this point, so we'll probably mess up. But it's fine, we move. It's important that you guys take care of yourself. So you might be thinking, what is self-care? What does it really mean? Do you want to explain?
That's a good question, Safa. So self-care is basically consciously doing things that preserves or improves your own mental health and physical health. And I'm surprised that you don't know that because you're like the VPW. But there's ways to tell guys why self-care is important, and I think you should elaborate on that, why self-care is so important, especially now.
So self-care is super important, but now even more so that we're in a lockdown. It's really important for your mental health and your physical health, for you to live a happy and healthy lifestyle. So it's really about taking control of your health and doing what is best for you. So self-care isn't just physical, it can take place as like emotional self-care, social self-care, spiritual, work, financial, and personal. So typically we all just focus on like physical self-care, like sleeping, stretching, walking, exercising, but it's good to focus on the other ones, like emotional, like stress management, spiritual, like meditation and prayer, social, like connecting with those around you, work, like setting work boundaries, time management, financial, like saving, budgeting. Check out episode 1 of ABCs, paying bills and setting boundaries financially, space in terms of creating a healthy environment for yourself, stability, and then the personal one, which is like creativity, painting, doing a face mask, reading a book, things like that. So there's many different forms of self-care, but all of them are equally important and stuff that you should do, whether that's day-to-day, weekly, or even monthly. We lead really busy lives, and sometimes we can forget that self-care is super important. I know that I do the same, but it's about creating time in your day and in your schedule to do it, because you will have multiple responsibilities and other people to care for, but at the end of the day, you yourself matter. So it's about setting those boundaries for yourself. Yeah, I feel like I just did a little rant, but it's fine.
But yeah, you have to take in consideration, like looking after yourself, it makes you feel better. And that's the whole point of self-care. You want to feel better about yourself. And the more better you feel, the better you have in your work areas of life, like work, like Safa said, and even like relationships, etc. You just feel better and more content with yourself. At the moment, I don't have a haircut, so I haven't undergone my self.
Yeah.
So it's falling apart at the moment.
It's fine, like as long as you're happy, that's fine. But yeah, I think that actually touches onto a good point though, because sometimes our own appearance the way we carry our appearance can sort of demonstrate our mood, our emotions, and how we feel about ourselves. So if you look good in the morning, you've done your skincare routine, maybe put on a bit of makeup, not that you have to, but maybe that you put on a bit of makeup, you suddenly feel good about yourself. So it's like those small things can make a big change in your mood and just your outlook, your mindset, things like that. But yeah, just looking after yourself, it doesn't have to be a huge time commitment, and it just doesn't need to cost anything. Most of the self-care stuff is free, like going for a walk and things like that. So like you mentioned earlier, your trim, like you don't necessarily have to pay for a trim. You could do it yourself. So yeah, how do you take care of yourself then, Jawad? Like, what are your main self-care routines and things you like to do?
So for me, I think it's like number one, having a haircut every 2 weeks. sometimes every week, but it just makes me feel good. Like, I think the guys out there can relate. Like, a haircut makes you feel good. Second of all, going gym, exercising. I like getting my workout in at least an hour or two a day, just to feel nice, fit, and happy. And it gives me a chance to actually like spend time with myself.
No, but that's a good point, because I think it's just different for everyone. Because for me, like when I was younger, self-care was like face masks, brushing my hair, looking real good in an outfit and stuff. And then as I've grown older, it's kind of been like recently I've sort of started to do meditation and yoga to relax my mind and just control my thoughts. But then I'm more leaning towards the more less spoken about, if that's the right term, the less unknown self-care, less know what am I saying? Like the self-care that isn't really spoken about, like financial. I'm more focusing on like saving, budgeting, reaching my financial goals, work, setting boundaries, time management, like pathing my career mind. So it's just all these different self-cares. It's important to spend the time to do them, because it can actually just, like I said earlier, it can change your mindset and really frame your thoughts. But there's a number of different benefits apart from that. Like it can improve your physical health. So it's a really, like I said earlier, it's a really big part to look after your body. So that can be like brushing your teeth, exercising, and getting enough sleep. For many of us, sometimes that can be hard, especially those who suffer with mental health difficulties. So it's important that we do that. And it can reduce stress and anxiety. So making the time for relaxing activities like listening to music, meditation and yoga, like I said before, taking a bath, all of these different things that are quite common, it can really impact the way that you go about your day-to-day life.
And that's the whole thing. Like, I guess self-care also leads to boosting your own self-esteem, feeling confident about yourself, and it allows you to calm your nerves in a sense. You want to be able to do things when you're positive, because you're the most effective and most efficient during those times. And I think self-care plays a massive part. People think that it's not a big part of their day, but it is. Like you said, time management it's important to have, and it's important that you like smart targets, for example, you want to carry those forward and reach objectives in your life. So that's a form of self-care. It makes you feel good once you reach that objective. But also, like, it's important to know that studies have found that people with high self-esteem find it easy to deal with setbacks and any like L's that you might take. I got rejected off a training contract, but it seems like a setback, but you deal with that setback in the sense that you go forward and you think to yourself, there's probably something better planned, and you're going to go forward and achieve something better and get a different training contract, for example.
Explain.
Is basically taking care of yourself, consciously doing things. You know what? I'm chatting. Yeah, so let me just read.
Yeah, like there's no one size fits all kind of thing. It's literally like something you kind of have to play around with and see what you like and what you don't. Like for me, when I was younger, I used to love doing face masks as like self-care. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really my cup of tea anymore. Jawad. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to get him to focus.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I knew you were watching this. I knew